Good morning and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining us on this Wednesday. Good morning and welcome. And yes, we are reading today A Friend for Henry. Let us find out what that one is all about. And this one is written by Jenn Bailey and illustrated by Mika Song. I hope you're excited for that one and I hope you are ready. And I hope you're okay wherever you are. Thank you so much for joining us today. And if you're joining us from Oakland, yes, and Berkeley, this area, very strange day indeed. It's dark out. It's like the sun has just been eclipsed, but we're okay. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. And yes, let us read another amazing story, A Friend for Henry. Find out what that one is all about. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's see who else is with us. Good morning to you, or is it good evening to you, Salome, all the way out in Lusaka, Zambia. How are you doing? I hope college is going well. Yes, I hope those classes are going well. Good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining in, Salome. And good morning to you, Jessica Wang, right here in San Jose. And of course, you're joining in with Theo. How are you doing, Theo? Thank you so much for joining Story Time. And I hope you are ready for A Friend for Henry. And good morning to you, Jade. How are you doing? And you're joining in as always with Ava Scarlett. How are you today? Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday. Good morning to you. Thank you. Sharon Lungo, how are you doing? Good morning. Yes, indeed, under the orange skies, as you put it, absolutely, here in Auckland. And Soraya, good morning to you. How are you doing? And thank you, Soraya. I got my first haircut in 6 months. Oh my goodness. Good morning to you, Soraya. Thank you. And to you, Sharon Lungo, as well. Madalena Ayan, how are you doing? Good morning to you. And of course, good morning to you too, though. How are you doing today? I hope everything is going well with you indeed. Happy Wednesday to you too. All right. Good morning. Cosby, how are you doing? And Cullen, of course, how are you doing as well? Joining us all the way out in Delaware, Ohio. How are you doing today? Good morning. Anais, yes, red sky in SF, red sky in Auckland as well. I'm glad you are here. I'm glad you're okay. How are you doing, Anais? And of course, Kate Coffee, how are you today too? Thank you for joining us. Anna Lima, good morning to you. How are you doing all the way out in Chicago? How are you doing today? Glad you could be here with us. Thank you so much for joining us. All right. And good morning to you, Maria Thomas. How are you doing? Maria Thomas, who's joining in with you and where are you joining us from? And is this your first time on Story Time? Thank you. Great to see you. I am glad you are here with us. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. Happy birthday to you, Theo. Happy 4th birthday. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I'm glad you were able to make Story Time part of your birthday celebrations. Thank you so much for joining us, Theo. Happy birthday to you. Clay, good morning to you all the way out in LBC. And of course to you, Chriselle, as well. Good morning. Stay indoors, you say. Absolutely. Or please mask up if you do have to be outside. Nice hair. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chriselle and Clay. I appreciate it. I was just saying earlier, got my first haircut in 6 months. So yeah, no, feels good. Feels light. Tudo, thank you so much. Good morning to you. Appreciate it, Tudo. Thank you. And of course, we have Franklin joining us out in Gizaville, California. How are you doing? And good morning to you, Ellen. Thank you for joining us. Ellen and Franklin, how are you doing? Molly and Birdie, how are you? And you're saying that orange sky extends to Alameda as well, but great to know that you are fine. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, Molly, Birdie, and of course, Jonathan. Thank you so much for joining us from Alameda. Jessica Fontino, how are you doing? And of course, a big hug to you, Desmond. How are you out in Gilroy? Good morning to you. How is Gilroy today? How is the sky in Gilroy? Harmony Beth, always great to have you here. Good to see you with us. Thank you so much. I hope you are ready for A Friend for Henry. Good morning to you. Good morning to you, Maria Thomas. You say, all right. Oh, thank you so much. No, this community definitely brings the sunshine for me. Thank you so much. Strange morning today. And you're joining us from Redwood City. All right. Thank you so much for sharing that, Maria Thomas. Absolutely appreciate it. All right. Mrs. Ho in the house. How are you doing, Michelle? Haramio Ho. Oh, I need to get used to that. Good morning to you, Michelle. Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, congratulations to you, Michelle, on your wedding, which happened last week. Thank you so much, Michelle, for joining us today. And of course, I am happy for you and Fred. Thank you. And thank you, Michelle. All right, he's saying it is orange out in Gilroy as well. Well, stay safe, everybody, but let us enjoy our good story for now. And to you, Ellen in Chicago, thank you for joining us as well. Are you ready? Let us get started with A Friend for Henry. All right. A Friend for Henry, written by Jenn Bailey and illustrated by Mika Song and read with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Good morning. Let us get started. In classroom 6, second left door down the hall, Henry was looking for a friend. It couldn't be Jilly, who circled her fishbowl. She's quiet, thought Henry, but she can't play on the swings. It couldn't be Mrs. Magoon, who knew about hugs. She shares, thought Henry, but she has to. Could it be someone else in classroom 6? Could it be? Who is it going to be? In art class, Vivian shared Henry's double easel. Vivian was a kaleidoscope, a tangle of colors. She had ribbons and clackety shoes. She knew every pony song. Her fingernails were painted like rainbows. When I get paint on my nails, Henry said, I wash it off. Vivian waved her hands too close to Henry's face. My mommy painted them. Aren't they pretty? Painting on people is against the rules, said Henry. Did your mommy get in trouble? No, Henry lowered his voice. Did you get angry? Why should I? Vivian asked. But Vivian was very angry later. He ruined them. She likes rainbows, Henry explained, and he thought a friend would say thank you. Aww. Reading time was Henry's favorite. My friend will like it too. It was Henry's turn to put out the carpet squares. He tacked the blue ones next to the brown ones, green in the very middle. All the edges met and the corners fit perfectly. Reading time, shouted Samuel. My favorite! Samuel was a thunderstorm, booming and crashing. He was kind of scary if you didn't have your blanket. He could pick up crayons with his toes and do proper somersaults. Henry stepped in front of Samuel. Somersaults are hard. Samuel dodged past. I want a green one. Will Henry find a friend? Wait! Henry's throat felt tight. They are perfect. Mine's a magic carpet from a genie's lamp, said Samuel. It's not. Henry's face was hot. It's from Ragworld. There's a sticker on it. Up, up, and away, magic carpet. Booming and crashing, Henry's fingers curled, closed. A friend listens. Henry, Mrs. Magoon knelt in front of him. Sit with me, please. Henry did, but he couldn't see the pictures. and his carpet square was brown. During snack time, Jaden took 3 crackers instead of 2. At recess, Riley dug up worms and let them use the swings. What was Henry to do? At free time, Henry's hope for a friend felt small. He watched the sunlight play along Jilly's scales. He could watch Jilly for a long time. Katie watched too. Katie smelled like strawberry milk. She read storybooks all by herself. She slid down the big slide, sometimes backwards. "The big slide is too big," said Henry. Jilly floated past. "She's shimmery," said Katie. "But she doesn't blink," said Henry. "What does she do?" "She burps pebbles," Henry thought, "and breathes underwater and turns sunshine into colors." Henry hunched into his sweatshirt. "Fish things." Katie bent to have a closer look. "I like her." Henry tried to blink. "Want to play blocks?" "Sure." Was this the friend Henry was looking for? "I don't like triangles," said Henry. "I don't like broccoli," said Katie. Together they built a tower. It had rectangles, cylinders, and squares, but no triangles or broccoli. "It's perfect," said Henry. "Thank you," said Katie. The next day, they played on the swings, and Katie went down the big slide. Henry waited at the bottom for his friend. The end. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I hope you enjoyed that journey with Henry as we found a friend for Henry. And this book just taught me so much, like just learning about kids and other people on the spectrum. And we know that not everybody sees things the way we see them, like we have different perspectives, and we want to, the only way we can be good friends and good citizens, good people, and is when we understand the people around us, or try to understand. So sometimes we won't. Sometimes we won't. It will take us a long time, but let us always just give it our best to try and understand those people around us and learn and see other people's perspectives. Thank you so much for joining in today for Storytime, and I hope that book was beneficial to you and, of course, enjoyable as well. And that was A Friend for Henry by Jenn Bailey and illustrated by Mika Song. I hope you enjoyed it, but please do not forget that we're continuing our friendship train right here on Storytime this week, and we are going to be reading Caspian Finds a Friend for tomorrow. So do join us for that one. But I hope you certainly enjoyed that one and learned a thing or two. Thank you for joining in as always. Let us see who is with us today on Storytime. All right. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Ellen in Chicago, one more time. Good to see you here with us. Thank you. How is Chicago today? We have orange skies out here in Oakland today. It is crazy with the smoke all around. Thank you for joining us as always, Ellen. Andy Lloyd, thank you for joining us, and you're joining in with Toby from Leamington. All right, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for saying hello. We appreciate it so much. Thank you. Andy Lloyd, and you're joining in. You say Ava. All right. So Andy Lloyd, you joined in with Toby and Ava. Thank you so much for joining us. Good morning to you. Thank you, Ellen Edwards, as always. And you say sweet story. It is a very good story indeed, and applicable to adults too, you say. Thank you. Absolutely. We all must keep learning if we are to continue being the best selves that we can be. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, Ellen Edwards. And to you, Jonathan Kiefer, as well. Thank you so much. Oh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Finally got a haircut 6 months after. Yes, somehow just I thought I must do it this time. But thank you for joining us. Thank you, Jonathan. And to everybody that joined in, as always, it is much love from me on Storytime. And I will see you tomorrow when we are back for Caspian Finds a Friend. Find out about that one. The friendship train continues right here on Storytime. I am grateful for your friendship. Grateful that you are here with us. Thank you so much for joining us. I will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.